Welcome to my channel, and if you clicked on this video, then more than likely you're excited about this DIY that I have for the Kim K inspired cozy knit set. So stay tuned for this, and I'm going to show you how I got this cute little three-piece. Alright you guys, so for today you're going to need quite a few things for this DIY. So I will be using the Simplicity in number 8800 for my pattern, and I'm going to show you guys how we cut it out and how we shape it to the size that we're going to need. You're also going to need an elastic band, preferably one that's going to be thick enough that's not going to be uncomfortable for your waist. And you're going to need some scissors, very sharp to cut out your fabric. Need some thread, preferably some that's going to match my fabric that I'll show you very shortly. And a sewing machine is going to be great and nice and handy for this DIY. And most importantly, some very comfortable plush, and preferably a very nice light color, so that way you can kind of go with the trend of the set that Kim K has on her website. I'll be using the style number D. I'm also going to be using the C pant and then also the top for the B, and I'm going to show you how I alter the pattern so it looks more like a tank top. So the sizing that I chose to do for my shape is going to be a large. So I'm going to go along the pattern and cut out where the large is, making sure that I follow the lines very closely and I don't cut off any important instructions for when I start to cut out on top of my fabric. Side note, so if you're wondering why I chose to use a pattern instead of just tracing clothes that I currently own, I don't have anything in particular in my closet right now that mimics the shape that I actually want. So I decided to start from scratch, making sure that my sizes are going to fit the way that I want to, and I'm able to do the design over and over, or even customize it to a friend or a family member that might make a request. Okay, so what you are going to do is you're going to start off with the number 1 pattern. So this is going to be for the front half of the tank. And then you also want to take the number 7, which is going to be the back of the tank. And what you're going to do is you're going to alter it so that way you're able to do everything in one cut. So all I'm going to do is take the number 7 and I'm going to overlap it, slightly angle it out so that way I have a little bit of a give on the sides. Then I'm going to tuck it in on the side. So now I have a piece that mimics a tank top. Now that I have all my pieces cut out and ready to go, it's time to lay it across my fabric and start to cut out the pieces that I'm going to sew with my sewing machine. So as you guys can see, I've taken my cutout patterns and laid them very strategically on the fabric to make sure that I can utilize as much space as possible. One thing that you want to keep in mind is definitely making sure that you are laying your pattern with the grain, so that way you don't have stretch in certain areas and non-stretch in others. So making sure that all the patterns are laid properly, but all the arrows are going in the same direction. I will be using these pins to pin my pattern down to my fabric. It is very important to note how many of these you do have if you're working on a non-hard surface. So I started off with 11, so when I'm done I need to collect 11 to make sure that they're not stuck in my carpet. Taking your scissors, you're going to start to cut out this pattern, making sure that you're not cutting any of the tissue paper that the pattern is on top of, so that way you can save it for another project and you're able to see any details that you have to put into your pattern once you're done. Here you'll see me cut out the pattern that I altered earlier, making sure that I actually create a scoop for the neck. I decided to cut this on the fold, so you will see once I open it that I actually have a full piece to the front. I will take this pattern that I've cut out already and place it back on my fabric so that way I can get the back half of it. In my cover picture, you can see that I do have a crop top, so I did eventually cut this, but it would also be very cute if I kept it this length as well. If you are a person that does a lot of DIYs with clothing, I would encourage you to get a dress form, whether it's donated or if you get it off of Amazon, or possibly alter one with your own DIY. But I like to use this to be able to place my fabric on a dress form and be able to pin it, just to be able to visualize what it's going to look like once I'm done. I was very fortunate to have this dress form donated to me while I was in college. It has a canvas overlay with a foam backing underneath. I don't know if there's anything like this on the market, but I definitely will link a description in the box if I do come across one. If you are not familiar with using a sewing machine, you do have to prep your machine before you do get started. So that includes making sure that your bobbin is threaded with the proper color that you're going to need for your project. So here you'll see me remove. I previously had black thread, and now I will be threading this new bobbin with the color that I'll be using for my set. Each sewing machine is threaded differently, so look at your manufacturer's instructions to know how to do yours properly. And there you have it, your nice bobbin ready to go for your project. I am quite aware that I am on the floor sewing this project, but I wanted to make sure that I was doing this in my room in peace and quiet. I do have two little ones, and I definitely don't want to have to distract myself when I'm on my machine. From here, now you're just going to put together all your pieces and also follow the instructions with the rest of your pattern. So here you have it. This is my two-piece without the jacket so far. So I have the tank and the shorts. I like that the shorts come right above my knee, and my tank does show a little bit of my belly. I use the zigzag stitch just to hem the neckline, arms, and right at the hem of the tank, and also for the bottom of the shorts. And then we have the jacket. As you can see, this is what it looks like on, and then this is what it looks like on a dress form. I love this material, and I actually don't have a bra on, so the fabric is thick enough to be able to hold my girls in and not expose anything that doesn't need to be seen. And there you guys have it. So this is my results for my DIY. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it to be helpful. If you decide to do your own DIY, drop a video and share with us, and leave any comments or likes, and definitely don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Alexis Nicole.